Hi, this is Andy for Digital Trends, and I'm at Fujitsu stand, and we're going to have a look at the Stylistic S01, which is the company's first smartphone to be released in Europe. I'm here with James, and James is going to take us through the main features of the Stylistic S01. Hi, James.
Hi, so we're really excited about the S01 being launched. So we've got an agreement to launch it in France with Orange, so in their home market in June this year. The product's been developed from a very successful range of devices in Japan called the Raku Raku range. Raku Raku directly translates as easy easy. And they've been selling these devices for over 10 years. And through those devices, they've developed a lot of feature phone functions. And in August last year, they launched the first smartphone within that range, and that's been the biggest selling device within the Raku Raku range. And to do the smartphone for the first time, they had to make a lot of adjustments from how the handset behaves and how it can best adapt and bring someone into using a smartphone for the first time. So in Japan, the Raku Raku range is aimed at a target group of 55 and upwards. Okay. However, when the smartphone launched, that changed a little bit. And they saw, I think it's around 17% of people that purchased the device sat below that category, between 40 and 55. And what we now believe is it's a lot more behavioural than it is age-related. So it's really trying to take people on the first step from a feature phone into a smartphone device. So the device has a few unique functions that allow it to do that. So first of all is the fact that the device only scrolls vertically. So there's no horizontal scrolling on the device. So everything is accessible from a single scroll. And that's because a lot of smartphones in the marketplace, you need to come in from the left or the right or the top. And that's not necessarily familiar to people for using a smartphone for the first time.
No, absolutely not. Can I
Yes, of course you can.
Does that also apply to a list of all the applications? Is that still on a vertical scrolling list?
So when you download applications, native applications from kind of the Play Store, they will have the pre-touch function, which I'll tell you about in a second. But from a vertical scrolling perspective, that's because it's within the UI, the applications will behave in their normal way. So the device has a unique touch panel, and that touch panel delivers a pre-touch experience. So you can highlight a key before you actually then exert pressure on it to confirm it. And the idea being, as you become more familiar with the device, that you will naturally exert more pressure and it will operate normally as you would expect it from a standard smartphone. But it's all about introducing people to a touch screen for the first time. And a lot of what Fujitsu is trying to do is deliver a consistency of experience in intuitive ease of use. So if you go in for a messages menu, everything is color-coded throughout, so you're always reminded where you are. And it might take you an extra step to create something, but it's taking you through it. And it's more coaching rather than telling you. So it's coaching you through how to do new things. And at any stage, should you be concerned, you press the question mark in the top right-hand corner, and it takes you to the online manual. But it doesn't just take you to a standard beginning of the online manual. It takes you to the dedicated page relevant to where you are within the menu. So we talk about it as not being reduced, because all the technology is there that's in every other smartphone, but it's been refined in such a way that it really aims at this particular target segment. Yes. And that goes through all the details of the menu and the way in which that's created. So right down to how the individual icons are created, so as your sight deteriorates, you can still see them clearly. And from an audio perspective, it has dual mic cancelling background noise on outgoing calls, but it can actually do that in reverse on incoming calls as well. And then it has something called a slow voice technology, which allows it to slow down a conversation based on the pauses in your conversation. And that coupled with the ability to adjust the frequency. So as you get older, from the age of 30 upwards, the frequency you hear at increases. So by putting your age in when you purchase the device, it automatically adapts the incoming call frequency. And it's a combination of pulling those different features together that delivers a really enhanced audio experience on the device. And that's really the principle behind a lot of what's been developed.
Okay. On the slowing down,
Yeah.
so does it elongate the pauses?
No, it uses the pauses, so it almost shortens the pauses and elongates the words to slow down the conversation, whilst maintaining a consistent pitch. So you don't get deeper or more high pitched. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, but it's using a lot of technology in the background to support ease of use and an intuitive device.
Okay, fantastic. give me just a rundown of the specifications, screen size, resolution, processor.
So it's a 4-inch device running a Qualcomm 8255 chipset, 1.4 gigahertz, and 18 milliamp hour battery. And we needed to have a battery long enough to give a good battery experience on the device, but obviously that's dependent on network environments. But the human-centric engine is adapting real time, so that allows it to ensure that it's only using battery when it needs to. And it's running Ice Cream Sandwich 4.04 in the background, but obviously the UI overlay that's been developed specifically for this device means this.
And the camera?
And the camera is an 8 megapixel camera.
And it has a
Front and back camera, and that's using the Fujitsu Milview technology. So how that works again in the background is that when you say taking a picture of your child running across the garden, the focus locks onto them. It has smile recognition for when they're smiling 75%, takes 7 simultaneous pictures, identifies the best one, and that's the one that's shown to you. What's different with this device is that they're not options within the menu. That technology works automatically in the background so that you always get the best possible picture, because we believe that technology helping in that background way, if you want to take a picture on your smartphone, you grab it out of your pocket, you want to capture that moment. If you want all the options, then you get a digital SLR.
Sure. And that's launching
Launching in June with Orange in their home market in France.
and